曾来访不亦乐乎。今天的客人是谁呢？观众朋友，大家好，我是 Ann， 欢迎收看《谁来做客》。你会不会对 Princeton 大学的学生很有兴趣呢？他们都是怎么样的背景？如何成长的呢？家里是不是有虎爸虎妈在？今天我们节目很荣幸为您邀请到2位 Princeton 大学的学生，他们分别来自不同的族裔，瑞拱以及 Danna Duarte 来我们节目当中做客。如果你喜欢我们节目的话，记得按下小铃铛键订阅，就可以及时收到最新的节目哦。
My name is Danna Duarte. I'm from Long Island, New York, all the way at the end of the island. I'm a rising senior at Princeton. My family are immigrants from Guatemala.
So I'm a rising junior. I'm about to enter my junior year at Princeton. And I'm from Brooklyn, New York, so all the way on the East Coast. And I grew up with my mom, my sister, and my grandparents, so like the typical like Chinese household. So I got like a lot of influence from them.
How would you describe the community or the neighborhood that you grew up with?
Yeah, I grew up in a small town. I've lived there my entire life. Quite a small population, so
you know everybody in the town.
Yeah, pretty much. The people I went to kindergarten with, I went to high school with. My graduating class was about 70 kids, so.
Wow, that's small.
Yeah,
right.
It's definitely a tight-knit community.
Yes.
And we're very supportive. The community was very nice and kind. Everyone looked out for each other.
That's great.
And I really like that.
Well, my neighborhood, it's in Bensonhurst, kind of like Gravesend in Brooklyn. So there's like a huge Chinese community, but then also like there's a bunch of Russians. So it's a very, and also like some like Central Asians as well. So like there's a whole bunch of different people like mixing around. I don't just like stay in this like Chinese corner, but like I get to meet a bunch of different people. But also like academically in a sense. I grew up and was surrounded by a lot of people who were motivated academically. So it wasn't just like me alone. It was people who I could look to, my friends, my teachers encouraged me, my family, you know.
You mentioned that your parents are from Guatemala.
They moved from Guatemala. When they were older, they moved here to New York. But I was born and raised in New York.
So your parents didn't attend college here?
No.
You're the first gen attending college
first
here.
generation.
Right.
Growing up, I primarily spoke Spanish as my first language. So I did attend ESL classes, like English as a second language, in elementary school. And there I learned English with another tiny cohort of kids.
Right.
And I graduated from that program in 3rd grade.
It seems that your parents might not be able to help you with your homework or extracurricular. How did your parents express their support for your academic growth?
Yeah, even though they weren't able to help in the traditional sense of like homework or academics, they were always my biggest supporters. If I wanted to do anything, they'd just let me do it, like push me to do it.
So nice.
Yeah, it was very great. They're my biggest cheerleaders, and I couldn't really do anything without them.
Because you mentioned that you grew up like a very traditional Chinese family, and you have some other Chinese families around you. Everybody's motivated by themselves. I was kind of surprised because, you know, like Chinese families, we all want our kids to success, and sometimes a lot of pressure on this part. So you don't have it from your family.
I think it's kind of transformed in a way, because you do have that like stereotypical traditional Chinese household where like the parents are super like on top of you,
helicopter parents,
and then like comparing you to everybody else as well. Like you see that all the time. But my family, I'm the only one in my family to be born in America, and so they came to the United States hoping for me to have a better future, but I didn't really get that kind of pressure, because they kind of surrounded me with love. You know, they really motivated me, and that's what kind of gives me that, I'd say, like, self-motivation to like want to do better.
Yes.
Because they really instilled in me that, hey, no matter what you do, like, we have your back. So I was never really stressing or anxious about what's my family gonna think, what's my mom gonna think,
That's
you
so
know?
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever encountered that you have different opinions with your parents about like major decision, like maybe to go to this school, this path, this extracurricular?
Oh, yes. In my middle school and high school years, I did a program called ROTC, which is...
Can you explain a little bit more about it?
Yeah, of course. It's like a military program where you take a military class. My branch was the naval sciences.
Wow.
So we would learn about like the Navy and the military. And it's pretty much kind of to prepare you for a career in the military or maybe enlisting. They had a cybersecurity team, which
Nice.
I was really interested in.
Right.
And at that time, it was a very new thing. So the team wasn't really...
Not established.
Yeah, it wasn't established yet.
Right. But that's great. That gives you more opportunity to step in, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because of that, like, I really got to kind of take charge, and
Wow.
I got to be the team captain for that.
That's great.
Yeah, and I think that really excited me towards like a career in technology and maybe cybersecurity. And I also was thinking about maybe attending the Air Force Academy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very good. So back to the question. Did your parents have like disagreement with you?
Yep.
Right.
That was the main disagreement. They didn't really want me to join the military or go to the Air Force Academy, but it's not like they were not letting me do it. It was just more like they were like, maybe you can
Do something else.
Yeah.
Did they explain why?
Yeah, I just think they're much more traditional and thought it might be like unsafe.
You're their precious daughter.
Yeah. So I understand why they didn't really want me to do that.
Right. And you obeyed. Were you hard to say no to not going to the army?
I was very much considering it, but then I looked into just regular college and
I think throughout like elementary school, middle school, that's like a very foundational step, but like also the schooling is very basic, you know? So I always did well in elementary school and middle school. And in New York, we have this kind of specialized high school system where you you take a test, and you kind of have to place a certain score to get into a top high
entrance
school.
exam.
Yeah, entrance exams, basically. One of the best high schools, I think, even like across America, is in New York, one of those specialized high schools, Stuyvesant. And
it's really famous.
yeah. Like, people like talk about it as if like you're going to Harvard, you know? Like that's kind
like
of
Princeton.
I mean, yeah. That's kind of like the prestige it has. So I did have my sights set on that when I was in middle school, and it's like you're so young to be thinking about all that as well.
It's up there. Everybody's talking about it. So you want to go there, right?
Yeah. But when I was taking my entrance exam, and then I finally got my scores back, it was right around when COVID started, and we were like moving my sister out of college, and I like got it on my phone, and I realized I didn't get the score I needed to get into Stuyvesant. I was like, oh, I've always been like a top performer. Like, what went wrong? And
was it devastating? It's probably devastating.
For me, it was. You know, like I almost like shed a tear because it was like everything changed in that moment, and I was like, okay, what's my mom gonna think about this? And I didn't really want to disappoint her because up to this point I've been like
You're the best.
Yeah, to her I was.
Right.
Yeah. And I was like afraid to tell my mom, and like, I mean, she came up to me and she was like, "Hey, like, is everything okay?" And
She noticed that you're upset.
yeah, and I had to like break the news that like,
Right.
oh, I didn't get Stuyvesant, and I thought she was gonna get like angry and everything, but no, she was like, "Hey, like everything's gonna be all right, you know, like this doesn't change your future, just like kind of redirects you, you know, like you find a new path, and it doesn't always have to be this one singular straight down direct, like you have everything planned out 10 years in the future." Yeah, she was really supportive, and I think without that I just wouldn't be like the same person that I am and have the same success that I have.
Right. Your
Yeah.
mom's amazing. You're so
I
blessed to
agree.
have her. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that she shared and everything, I think it stick with you for a long time, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I try to like emulate that same like empathy that she gives to me
Right.
with people around me as well, you know.
Right.
Like my family, my friends, like my peers, like people I meet everywhere, you know.
Right.
Like I get that from her and the rest of my family.
It seems that you're very proactive and also very motivated. When did you think that started? Did you start with young, when you were young? Or?
That's a good question. I think I've always been very curious, especially after like graduating the English as a second language program. I felt a little bit like left behind compared to my peers, because like you kind of need English to learn all the other stuff like math.
Right.
So I think since then I was very like, I guess, motivated to just,
You have to do better. You have to do more.
yeah.
But that was when you were young. That was probably kindergarten or first grade.
I was in the program until 3rd grade.
Okay.
But I think that's when I remember having like a
Right.
a very shift.
3rd grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when you come from like an immigrant family, it's normally like a rags to riches type of story, right? So you normally have your sights set on like making money and kind of like financial success, being wealthy. But when you realize that that's like not all life is about,
Right.
I kind of get that with that kind of compassion that she gives upon me, and realizing like there's there's like fulfillment that you have in life, and you have to like go and get it, as opposed to just this like arbitrary like wealthiness goal. You know, like there's wealth in other places, through like self-fulfillment, through like being proud of your work, and I'm not sure that's like an option I probably would have explored for myself and actually been happy in if it wasn't for that.
Yeah. That's wonderful. And how do you find your motivation help you, like in terms of academic and extracurricular as well?
Yeah. I think that motivation just made me just want to try new things, and like I joined the soccer team.
Right.
I tried out and joined the softball team also in middle school. And I just kept doing a bunch of just
New things.
New
Yeah,
things.
new program.
yeah.
Yeah.
And my parents were always really supportive of that. They didn't force me to stick into,
Right. Your
like
parents
any-
are very supportive and very nice. Yeah.
yeah, they didn't make me like stay in a program if I didn't like it.
So you dropped something as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did end up dropping sports like later in my high school career, but I picked up something new and
Yeah.
kept on going with that. Like in middle school, I did some like youth court activities, some like debate things. It's not necessarily that I didn't like them, but I found that I liked more techie stuff or engineering stuff more interesting. Like I joined the robotics team in 9th grade, and I really enjoyed that.
Extracurricular. Yeah, you do have to like experiment a little with like what you like, you
Right,
know.
yeah. What do you like?
So in high school, I actually wrestled, and that was not something like I thought I would like enjoy. Like that's not something that
Then
most people...
how did you start it?
Yeah, like I always like played basketball when I was little, but in high school I didn't make the basketball team, right? And then I was like kind of like looking for something to be a part of, and wrestling is this type of sport where it's no cut. It's just like however much work you put in, you get out of it, you know? So they take in everybody, and a lot of the people, they start like right then and there. Like basically my entire team, except for like a few people, started in high school. Like that was their first time ever touching the sport.
Right.
And
Was it harsh?
yes, it was very hard. Because like you go through very grueling practices, like you're sweating, like you're losing so many pounds just from pure sweat. But I really fell in love with not only the sport, but also like the community, because you're kind of like bonding over this, like we all have each other's backs, you know. Even though it's an individual sport, you're pushing everyone else to succeed. When you try hard in the practice room, everyone else sees that, and they kind of emulate and also want to do better than you. So there's this kind of like competitiveness, but it's beneficial competitiveness. And I really like that, that I was always able to improve in some sort of way, and push myself to do better. Yeah.
Very nice. Before joining, do you know you'll be interested in engineering?
Yeah. I maybe not engineering specifically, but I've always liked technology. Maybe like I think that interest came from video games.
That's good too.
Growing up, I really liked Minecraft and Roblox.
Yeah.
And
so you want to build in robotics club too?
Yeah, I think it was very similar in a way, where you just kind of have that you just get that creative like space to just really build something cool. I decided I really liked robotics. I kind of gave more focus to that in my high school years. And same thing with the like cybersecurity team.
High school, I took this one computer science course, AP CSA. I don't know what the A stands for, but I really like fell in love with like building stuff, and really like being able to make things super quickly. We had this final project where we could basically build whatever we wanted, and
that's nice.
Yeah. I really like took that project and made it my own. Do you know Club Penguin, or have your like kids?
No, sorry. I have kids, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's like this game that was very popular probably when I was like 5 or something. But then it got discontinued because like it didn't have enough like funding to like go on or something. And I really wanted to like maybe recreate one of the games that was on Club Penguin. So I was looking up like YouTube tutorials. We didn't have like AI back then either, right? So like you couldn't just like search up like, oh, how do I do this?
That was only like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, I was maybe like 2022.
Right.
Yeah. So I really had to like get into the process of like learning everything
by yourself.
I'm like fresh into this. I'm like a few months into computer science, and I'm gonna build like a actual functioning game. But I really fell in love with the process of like learning, of like building stuff from scratch, you know. And then in like a few weeks, I was able to like present something that I was really proud of. And I took away from that experience like, hey, maybe this is something I want to do with my life.
Yeah, because you have the passion, you really enjoy doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I found a program called QuestBridge Prep Scholars my junior year. And there they kind of send you information about college, and they specifically like target low income and first generation families. So I think that information was really helpful for me because there was a lot I didn't understand or know about the college admission.
The process, right?
Yeah.
It's
So
kind of complicated.
yeah, it's very hard to navigate on your own. Program called QuestBridge, like national match, where you get free. They cover the cost for like the applications to colleges.
Yeah.
And you can, you kind of apply for early decision for some colleges, and you rank all of them.
Okay.
And if you get accepted into one, you're...
Oh, I thought you can only apply to one early decision, but you have a couple of them.
Yeah.
Right.
QuestBridge is like this low-income type of program where low-income first generation, they kind of make college more accessible for those types of students. And you normally like start preparing for college like around junior year, right? Like you start like looking into it, and then you start like taking the SAT and all that.
Right.
I found out about this program. I forget how, like maybe like a friend or something, or online.
Okay.
And I realized, wow, this has so many benefits. Like they make, if you qualify for the program and you're accepted, I think a lot of people get accepted as long as you're like doing well academically and you like have a few extracurriculars. It kind of, you have fee waivers for a bunch of different colleges. I think they have more than 50.
Nice. That's nice.
So I really took advantage of that opportunity because I can't be paying like $80 and then like applying to all those colleges. Like
I know it
stacks up.
Yeah.
So that QuestBridge allowed me to like basically apply to Princeton, because like I'm not sure with that like you really have to select and choose, like, is this college right for me?
Okay. So it's a special programs.
Yeah.
They probably run differently. Yeah.
It's a special program where you can just rank them. Like, I ranked Princeton first, and luckily I got in. So I found out very early. I think it was like
December, maybe like mid-December.
I think it was like December 1st, actually.
Wow, that's really early.
Yeah, I remember it was very early.
Yeah.
I think maybe I would have applied to Princeton either way, just because I really connected with like the story that they had behind them. Like they're really into service and like encourage their students to get into service and like interdisciplinary work.
Right.
I know like people like throw that around, but like I really love being able to like see like this kind of like traditional, like Ivy Leagues are like super traditional, and they have like it's like, oh, they're really great in the humanities and all that. But I want to kind of experience that while also being able to pursue computer science. So like having the best of both worlds.
True.
Really was great.
I think that you are very good at finding resources. Like you find this program and the military program too. How do you help yourself in finding these resources?
Yeah, actually, I was looking at some pictures from high school, and I found that I just did a bunch of random programs. Like I went to the Capitol of New York State in Albany it was like an assembly like youth like program for like the government, and it was specifically for Hispanic students. So I think when I was like looking for resources and stuff, it was easier to take like a part of my identity, whether it was my Hispanic identity or my first gen or low income, and then I saw that there was a lot out there, and then I would just apply and just got lucky.
No, you're good. So what will you share with some other first gens, like they might have limited resources as well? How will you encourage them or share your experience with them to encourage them to find those resources?
Yeah.
What should they do actually? Yeah.
Yeah. I would say there's so much out there. There's so many programs.
Yeah, but how can you find them?
There sometimes like there's local programs that are maybe easier to get into because they're smaller and more regional.
Right.
Like some of the programs I did, they were just for New York State maybe. And then some of them were for like very specific like Hispanics in New York State.
Wow.
Or
Okay.
first gen low income
Yeah.
in New York State. So I think maybe for those types of programs, it's easier. I remember my school would have a newsletter they would send out with like scholarships and programs, and I think that was helpful as well. But then also the internet.
Yeah.
Also, ChatGPT now, it wasn't really around when I was in middle school and high school, but I think it could be a good resource.
As well.
Yeah, for searching for programs.
You talk about Princeton focus on the service too. I think you love service too, right? Did you do anything in your high school or?
Yeah. I mean, I tried my best, you know, and I think like service really aligns with like something else I'm passionate about, you know, like that part of like empathy and like giving back.
Right.
And also like the way it makes you feel. Like doing good makes you feel good.
Yeah. Yes.
So.
Not the success makes you feel good, right?
Yeah, I mean, the success is also great.
Yeah.
But like I tried to like get started in like service. Like one of my friends who was like a year older than me, like started this humanitarian club and kind of like passed it down to me. And it never really like took off. Like I was, yeah, like you fail a lot as well.
Yeah.
And being able to like bounce back from that is great as well. So like I wasn't really able to like find that in high school, like find other people who are also passionate about like service. And it's like it's hard to
that might be hard.
Yeah, it's hard to get started when like you're solo. Like
Right. It is.
when you're surrounded in a group of people who are already like doing that, it's very easy to get into that.
Right.
So
you
like,
need a group of people that's passionate about it and you can do it together.
Exactly, and then it doesn't seem like scary anymore. So when I came to Princeton, I found out like, oh wow, it's very easy to get involved in your community and get involved in giving back. Like those types of programs for people to get involved. They have so much funding, like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So they're able to like reimburse you and like give you a stipend for doing that type of work.
So this time you can really do what you want to do in service.
And then also like you have a bunch of clubs who are like going out to food banks and like volunteering. Like there's so many opportunities and I'm really grateful that like I have that type of space to be able to pursue that.
Wow, that's wonderful. And I think you're always open to new things and always open to find resource. That's really good. Thank you so much for your sharing today. 也谢谢观众朋友们的收看，有朋来访不亦乐乎。我们下期节目再见。
再见。
有朋来访不亦乐乎。